gets any hotter and it takes any longer, is going to be hay. I'm trying to get this 13-acre field raked so I can bale part of it today. I have to haul all the bales back to the farm to wrap them. So I can probably, given when I get this done, probably only really deal with about 12 bales. But I'm going to make them heavy and big and dense, so that I get more in each bale. So we'll see what happens. And just get through this. I'm using the old hay bob rebob to rake the hay. I don't have a rotary rake like I want, but we're going to solve that soon, I hope. Anyway, I realized where I put the camera isn't going to be practical to turn around to see what I'm raking. Might have to stop and set that different up. Yeah, I might have to relocate the camera. Let's see here now. Nobody's watching, so it don't really matter. Let's relocate this to the center. There we go. Oh yeah, you can see what I'm raking right there. There you go. It's a beautiful day. I've been watching this red-tailed hawk hunt mice in front of me for most of the morning or afternoon, whatever it is, since I got out here. Let's see what happens. I guess I don't have a big enough following to be important doing live streams. Nobody out there. Everybody's doing something else beautiful on this beautiful day. That's what I think. I'd rather be doing something else too. Up and down the roads we go, round and round the field. Bumpity, bumpity, bump. Alright, well, nobody's going to watch the live stream. Well, I guess if nobody's going to watch, I'm going to put the radio back on, listen to my tunes, and get this raking done ASAP, because I still got to go pick up the baler and get back here with it to see what I can do, see how many bales I can make, and I can't forget to up the size and the density and everything else. Oh, wait, hey, hello. How you doing? Hey, finally some people watching. Well, let's not look at my mug. You can see what's going on behind me, but here's what I'm raking. Beautiful day in mid-coast Maine. We haven't had a drop of rain in weeks. A little bit hard for me to see what the screen is. The field is uber bumpy. 2 likes, 10 views. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Who says that? Anyway, here we go, round and round, making another turn. This field is a mess. I used to hay this years ago, and now I'm doing it as a favor to the realtor who's selling it. But also, it's because it gets me some silage. Nobody's out there. Oh, well, what was me? How you doing, everybody? What's everybody else doing on a day like today? Go ahead, ask me a question, ask me anything. If I don't know the answer, I can make it up. It'd be interesting at the very least. The trouble with this field is it's long and narrow and goes downhill and then back uphill. Both ways with ditches and bumps. And it's been a few years since I cut and raked this field, but it's gotten worse. Whoever raked or cut it last time did it when it was wet and made all kinds of grooves. Mess. This is grass that's going to cows that make milk to make cheese. That's what we do on our farm. We're the cheese farm, as everyone calls us locally. Can't easily show you what's going on outside the back of the baler. Rake, whatever. Just trying to get this done on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, that button's hard to hit when the field's bumpy. So you can see the windrows off on the left that I'm making out of the swaths that the mower left yesterday. I've had a dairy farm. Well, I've had this dairy farm for 10 years. That's actually a legitimate dairy, but I've been in dairy for 30 years, worked on other dairy farms, started a dairy farm, but wasn't quite to the point of knowing what we were going to do with the milk. So we fed all the pigs, and we raised pigs, a lot of pigs, milk fed. They were great. In this farm, we use all the milk right in a farm for cheese. Goes into Lincoln's Gorgeous Cheese and our award-winning cheeses, Rockweed, Opus, Tree to Diane, and a bunch of others. So we've been doing that at our current location for 10 years. Got a herd of Jersey cows, 25, we're milking 10, because we don't, because we make cheese to order and fill orders, and we get a lot of milk. We keep the cows fairly productive, so we don't got to have a ton. We only have 40 acres at the home farm, and then I farm about another 100 acres for silage and calves and stuff. All right, coming up here, someone left a pallet full of hay in the middle of the field, so I got to remember to dodge that. Right here. Let's go around. Yikes. I don't want to get that pallet in the baler, that's for sure. I've got a mess. Oh, what are we saying? No, our cheeses are sold across the country. You can mail order them from the website, Lincoln's Gorgeous, Gorges, cheese.com or EASTFORTY farm.com, East 40 Farm. Or you can visit the farm and pick them up. We sell in Boston and Washington, D.C., New York City, I think Los Angeles. Maybe there's a shop there. I'll soon be done with this section of the field. Oh, actually not. This is a weird field because it's got a lot of lumps and bumps and turns and stuff that are a little hard on things. I think I've broken more equipment in this field than any other field that I've ever cut. Yeah, this is what goes into making cheese, the milk for the cheese anyway. Getting thrown around a tractor for hours and hours a day. I still haven't ever figured out the best way to rake this field because of these weird little appendages off to the side of the main rectangular field. It's not easy when you got a small rake to get all that raked in and put into windrows where they need to be. guess I could just go around and around in circles. Get dizzy. The thing about the hay bob, like little unit I'm using, is a little twin rotary rake. Very small. It only covers about 8 feet, I think. You can only turn to the left. So I constantly got to make counterclockwise turns. It's a little bit of a challenge in some places. I may just leave those side things and just pick them up straight with the baler right out of the swath rather than rake them into windrows. It's not much of a difference because I'm not able to group a lot of hay together into a big windrow. Just see what happens here. Yesterday when I was mowing, I hit a ditch, and the previous owner of the field threw a bunch of rocks in the ditch that weren't there the last time I mowed the field. So when I turned expecting to just float over the ditch, ended up busting a bunch of mower knives on all the stones he had in the ditch. That was no fun. Wiped out my supply of spare knives. Always something. Ditchy field. Let's see if I can clean up this little appendage here and get some of the hay bunched up. I think this tractor has a somewhat tight turning radius. Back to field view. Yow. And have a good day yourself. Whatever you're up to, just try to have fun. Tell you what, farming doesn't have much money in it. And you gotta have a lot of equipment to do what you gotta do, even the most basic stuff. And if you don't have fun, then it probably wouldn't be worth doing it. I certainly wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. Of course, it's a lot of work, but it doesn't seem like work, so maybe that's because I like doing it so much. Well, I made a hash of that. I'm going to end this for now, because I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Got to get into a real ditchy section of the field next.